Hemi's still here. So I said I was going to get a little bit more into that whole disability thing, so I will. Um, I've been disabled twice on the job, had two work injuries that put me out. And the first one was when I was working at a restaurant, and due to a little bit of my boss's negligence, I ended up falling. And I went through the whole disability lawyer claim courts and all of that. And that was just to get some kind of settlement from my boss. And it was a living nightmare. It was horrid. And it was something I would never do again. At the time, I was determined to have a 40% disability in my back. And we did get a settlement. So for quite some time, we lived off of my settlement savings and the hubby's work. But eventually that got to be to the point where that wasn't enough, so I ended up going back to work. And I worked and got a 401k going, retirement savings, and we were tooling along pretty nicely. Lived a pretty happy life. We're very happy with the way things were going. And then I was disabled on the job again. And the second time that I was injured on the job, it was due to somebody trying to remove my head from my body. And I ended up with a traumatic brain injury. And one of the things that happened there was that I lost all of my childhood, basically. I lost pretty much every one of my childhood memories. But we knew I wasn't going to be able to work after that. And we had a long, serious talk about the nightmare that going through workman's comp had been the first time. And I said I couldn't do it again. I just couldn't. Now, mind you, I suffer from anxiety and agoraphobia bad anyway, so there was no way I wanted to go to all of the different lawyers and all of that. So we determined that, okay, we'll sell everything and see what we can do. So that's what we did. We started selling off everything. We ended up losing our house because I couldn't work and we couldn't make it on one paycheck. And yeah, there's going to be those that say, well, if you'd have just sued, blah, blah, blah. It would have taken years. We would have still lost our house. And the mental toll would have been horrific. And the decision we made was to move back out to Idaho from Wisconsin so I could be around my family, around the memories I'd lost. And it turned out to be a very good idea because living around my memories, I got them back, which is a good thing because I was very estranged from my parents because I had no memory of them as a child, and there was something in my brain that thought that they must have been horrible parents. So getting my memories back gave me my parents back before they passed. So that was a very good thing, and I wouldn't do anything differently if I had it to do over because I got my memories back and I got my parents back. And the only one I haven't gotten is my sister. And I still don't have any memories of her. So, 2 out of 3 ain't bad. But one of the things that you end up going through before you end up finally getting approved for Social Security disability, or at least I did, was the retirement fund I had, what hadn't gotten lost on the stock market. See, mine was invested in what they had considered back at the time safe investments, which was real estate. And then we had the real estate crash. So most of my retirement got away that way. And then what was left we ended up using to move back from Wisconsin to here. So I had no retirement left, but I do have my memories back. So I don't feel bad about that. But what we live on now is my husband's Social Security and my Social Security disability. And that's what people like Luke are hoping goes away. Thanks. Hang on to your sanity.